Hi, this is Mike and Indy, and I'm doing a shameless puppy plug to start my vlog. Today, I want to talk about the 10 essentials. The 10 essentials for survival in the wild. The 10 essentials are survival items that hiking and scouting organizations recommend for safe travel in the backcountry. Many regional organizations and authors recommend that hikers, backpackers, climbers, and backcountry skiers rigorously ensure they have the 10 essentials with them. However, personal preferences and differences in conditions may dictate otherwise, and with experience, most adventurers add or subtract from the list depending on the situation. Some ultralight backpackers don't always carry all the items and believe it's an acceptable risk that they take in order to travel fast in life. The 10 essentials are food, water, fire, fix-it, first aid, insulation, illumination, navigation, sun, and shelter. Food. Carry more calories with you than you think you will need, an extra day's worth. If you're on a day hike, this can look like energy bars, nuts, dried fruit, or jerky. On a multi-day trek, it could be extra freeze-dried food. Extra calories are burned in the winter, so plan accordingly. Water. I recommend up to a 3-liter reservoir, a purification system, or iodine tablets. An insulation sleeve is needed in the winter so your reservoir does not freeze. It's also a good idea to store water bottles upside down because water bottles freeze from the top down. That way you'll have the water at the top when you turn it the right side up. Fire. A lighter and waterproof matches stored in a watertight container. And maybe a tinder, something like a tin full of cotton balls soaked in petroleum jelly or even lint from the dryer. On longer treks, you would include a stove and fuel, as well as when you're above timberline, you need a stove and fuel because there's no wood to burn. Also, keep in mind that stove and fuel is necessary in light of fire bans and the potential for wildfires. Fix it. A pocket knife and a repair kit. A pocket knife is handy for repair, food prep, making kindling, and first aid. Pocket knives with screwdrivers and can openers are also nice to have. And in a repair kit for your sleeping bag or tent, this could be as simple as duct tape wrapped around a water bottle. First aid kits, this can include foot care and insect repellent and should include bandages, gauze, adhesive tape, and disinfectant ointment. Insulation, dress for the weather and bring extra layers to get you through unexpected weather changes. Conditions can abruptly change to wet or chilly, so plan for a night outside. Pack a hat and gloves and insulated jacket in the winter. Illumination, a headlamp or flashlight with extra batteries. If you have one, you have none, so I like to tape 2 batteries together so they're easy to find in my pack. You also have extra tape in case you need it for repair. Sun, a hat, sunglasses, and sunscreen. Sunglasses that block 100% UVA and UVB rays, and sunscreen of at least a 15 SPF. For the high country, I recommend an SPF of 30, especially when there's reflective snow on the ground. Shelter. On a day hike, this can be an emergency space blanket or a bivy sack. At least bring a trash bag to keep you dry. On a multi-day hike, you would have a tent. And remember, it's only an emergency shelter when it's with you. So if you leave your camp and go on a trek or a hike, you should bring a backup emergency shelter with you in case you get lost and can't find your way back to your camp. Navigation, a map and compass, or a GPS. Don't rely on your phone. A compass is a lightweight and doesn't run on batteries. Topographical map should accompany any trip that is off the beaten path. And it's also a good idea to get training in navigation, because if you don't know how to use your navigation tools, they're not going to be much use to you. So if you're planning on spending a lot of time in the backcountry, I would recommend taking a class in navigation or orienteering. Then we have the 10 dog essentials, which are food, water, training, backpack, insulation, first aid kit, identification, elimination, leash, and comfort. Food. Always bring 1.25 times more food because your dog is expending energy like you are. And don't forget a collapsible bowl. Water. Bring extra water in dog's own water bottle, and remember to filter dog's water too, because a dog can get sick And the last thing you want to have to do is clean up after the dog that has diarrhea on the trail. Training. Voice commands are crucial in step-off training to step off the trail when people are passing. This can include bikes and horses. Most places require a leash. Backpack. For long distance and overnight, you want to have your dog bring his own supplies. So training them to wear a backpack is done slowly. Train the dog to wear the pack and by adding weight. And keep in mind that the dog is only supposed to carry a quarter of its weight. First aid. You can get a dog Pacific kit or make your own. Be prepared for wounds, sprains, and breaks, and always have a way to carry the dog out. So if your backpack has a harness, it can be a good tool to use to carry the dog out in case it gets injured and can't walk on its own. Insulation. Obviously, a dog has its own fur coat, but in the winter, an insulated jacket may be necessary. In the summer, a cooling jacket could be used. Also keep in mind that booties could be beneficial to the dog on hot days as well as in the snow. Identification. A collar, name tag, along with any local licenses that they have. This is in case the dog gets lost. At nighttime, a reflective jacket or light would be useful to find the dog if he's lost. Elimination. A trowel and poop bags. You always need to carry out or eliminate what your dog leaves behind. So you want to have a trowel, dig a hole, move the poop into the hole with a stick. Never use the trowel and bury it. If there is no way to bury it, such as in snow, bring a poop bag and put it in your pack, or create a separate bag for it and pack it out that way. A leash. Always have a leash. That goes without being said. A dog needs to have a leash on the trail, and there are leash laws or leash requirements on many trails, especially in state parks. Comfort. This is comfort for the camp, like sleeping bags or toys or treats, and it's keep them occupied when setting up the camp. This is like a blanket, a tethering system so that the dog can move around the camp freely if he's not trained well enough to stay in the camp. And these dog essentials are not specific systems, they're just recommendations. So have a good time outside, and thanks for listening to my vlog.